In the second half of the 19th century, the non-sectarian Rime movement emerged in Tibet, greatly reinvigorating and strengthening Buddhism. One of its founders and greatest masters was Jamyang Khyentse Wangpo, whose main seat was the monastery of Dzongsa in eastern Tibet. He was succeeded by Dzongsa Khyentse Chökyi Lodro, who was regarded as one of the greatest teachers of his age. Under his influence, Dzongsa Monastery became renowned as a center of excellence for the study and practice of Buddhism, and the source of many great scholars and teachers. Sadly, the Cultural Revolution led to the destruction of this extraordinary monastery, including its famous library with probably the largest and most inclusive collection of Buddhist texts from all the traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. It also led to the exile of its master, who eventually established himself in Sikkim. His reincarnation, Dzongsa Jamyang Khyentse, was born in Bhutan into a family of great yogis and poets.
After I was recognized, there was about a week before I basically left my home forever. Although, there will be a time to visit my parents and come home. Basically, you have to come to a term that you will not be the member of this family again forever, and at least in this life.
At a young age, he was brought to Sikkim, where he was trained by the greatest masters of the time. These included his two grandfathers, Dudrum Rinpoche and Lama Sonam Zangpo, as well as His Holiness Sakya Trinzin and Chatral Rinpoche, and probably closest of all to him, His Holiness Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche.
There was never a time that there was no teaching. When it is with His Holiness Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche, there's always a teaching.
Today, Rinpoche's activities are resulting in the re-emergence of vibrant monastic traditions, consciously geared, however, to the modern world. Apart from heading monasteries in Bhutan, where he succeeded his maternal grandfather, he has re-established monasteries, preserving and continuing the achievements of his predecessors. Rinpoche has encouraged and overseen the rebuilding of Dzongsa in Tibet, visiting the monastery several times. He also founded the Dzongsa Institute in Bia in northern India, which rapidly outgrew its original size and has now found a new and larger home in Chantra as the Dzongsa Khyentse Chökyi Lodro College of Dialectics. Thanks to Rinpoche, the structures now exist which can secure, preserve and give life to the invaluable achievements of current and previous masters, yogis and scholars, for the benefit of future generations.
Training in the monasteries, especially the training of the monks and the lamas, are very important still. Basically, from their very young age till they grow up, they put everything to the study and the practice of Buddha Dharma. As we all know, Buddhism is so vast, you can't just learn Buddhism as a hobby and expect that you know everything about Buddhism. It is still very important to train the future teachers. What we need is people who actually understand the view, the philosophy, the way of the Buddha Dharma. Not just mediocre understanding, but understanding coming from classic Buddhist texts.